everybody. It's MKPK and Samson in the house. We're holding up a quilt today to start with. First of all, because I wanted to start with show and tell to begin with today instead of ending with. So I see one person hopping on. Give us a shout out. Who's out there?
We got to give them at least a minute.
Oh my gosh, it went from 1 to 7 to 9. Okay, let's hold the quilt up a little higher, Paul. I'm starting with show and tell. This is a baby quilt that I finished this week. It's got some Minky on the back. And this is going up to Minnesota to my godson, who he and his wife just had their first baby. And I actually started this quilt when I was in Michigan earlier this year with my new owner, Melinda. So Melinda, if you're watching, it was so much fun to be up with you, and we did some sewing, we did some training, and we just have a good time every time we're together. But there actually is another reason why we're starting with holding up a quilt, because we have a little bit of a reveal for you today. I have to go behind the curtain here. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Oh, no. You'll be able to. This ain't working out like we thought. This is not working. Okay, I got this out.
Okay, you got it?
I got it.
Okay, so we've got some folks on. So yes, let us make the reveal. I was just at my massage this afternoon, and when I got here, Paul was already here, and I didn't realize that the surprise was going to be revealed today. So here we go. Drum roll, please. Dun 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 dun. I have to step back because I'm short. Here's Sammy.
He thinks we're nuts.
Oh,
okay.
You guys think we're nuts.
There we go.
So here is our new shirts, you guys. They just came today. Paul brought them up to the studio. Oh my gosh.
I'm so proud.
Oh, so we are really, really happy with the shirts. They turned out great. I was just messaging the my print source, who I know that I've mentioned this before. The person who helps us with all of our printing needs here at MK Quilts is my son-in-law, Bob, and his company is Palm State Print. And he can help you out with all kinds of print materials. I know one of you just ordered some new business cards from him. So where is Sammy's shirt? We had Sammy's shirt on. Well, we don't have one officially for him. And I didn't want to put the small on him because I thought, well, then we can't really resell it if it's been on Sammy. But anyways, so Bob can help you out. Any of you all who need print material of any sort, business cards, that type of thing, he can help you. And actually, I wasn't going to talk about it to begin with, but since I was mentioning Bob, I'll just skip ahead on my list a little bit and just mention the Pro Stitcher manual, actually any of the manuals that we print here at MK Quilts. The Pro Stitcher one specifically, now I have mine in a 3-ring binder. What Bob will do for you is print the manual, and then he will either 3-hole punch it for you, or he will comb bind it for you. But I wanted to mention the Pro Stitcher manual. We've actually kind of put a hold on the manuals on our website. An order snuck through this week, and so we have to follow up on that. But basically, we are under the understanding that Handy Quilter is going to be updating the Pro Stitcher manual. As you know, we had a big update this year. We've got this OptiStitch technology that came out, and Paul and I are just kind of thinking about why we haven't seen a new update yet. It may be because another update, a Pro Stitcher update, is coming out. They may just want to wait and get the manual completely, redone, or I don't know if they're adding an addendum or what they're doing. But print material. We will check out the information on print material as it relates to Pro Stitcher manual, and we'll let you know about that. I know that some of y'all are still a type of person that likes an actual, something to read, paper, book, okay? So that's that. Okay, I was really going to let Paul go first today because I feel like he's always like playing second fiddle to MK. So, honey, you are next on my list. So, take it away.
All right. My arms do get tired. This dog just likes to lay there. All right. My list. Okay. So, while Melissa's having all this fun, I am back in the office, literally, trying to get us prepared to continue to grow. We have had a terrific last 12 months, going through all the new customers we have and everything going on. I want to announce that we are promoting Teresa not only from being our shipping manager, but to become our office manager. She's just so sharp. We're spending time because I need the help. And one thing we've been failing to do is to properly track our customers and keep their information together. Especially we're starting out with the owners. We're going to collect, and you might get emails from us. We want to collect the serial numbers of your machines so that if you do have an issue, we can call into Handy Quilter easier. You don't have to go looking. We want to get your records a little updated. And so we've got a computerized system, a database where we can work on all this information. But doing this and starting to track who our customers are will allow us also to identify who the long armers are, as well as who the quilters are that come into the shop. And we'd like to have separate newsletters for those that, if you're not a long armor, most of our newsletter right now is all about long arming type stuff. But we have a lot of people coming into the shop that might want something a little more personal, and Ellen's going to help out with that. So if you get some extra emails from us being our owners, from Teresa, just let her know some of the information. We're updating things. Hello from
Dennis in Ohio. Hi, Polly. Hi, Polly.
So we're doing some of that in the back because I think all of you have probably heard in November we're going on a little boat trip to Panama, and we're going to be at least out of the office for 10 days, 11 days, thereabouts. We will not close. You will still get somebody on the phone if you have an issue that needs to get escalated to Handy Quilter. We're going to make sure all of that stuff happens, and I'm sure we're going to pay for some internet on the boat so that we can answer some emails. And
I might get the shakes and the jitters if I'm off social media for 11 days.
And when we hit the ports, we'll find Wi-Fi and upload some videos. So we're not really going to be gone, but we do want things to run well here. And between Ellen, Mark, and Teresa, and some of our technicians, and even some of our own customers there covering things on the Facebook groups, things will be running. So that's where I'm focused. Yep, that's about it. We are working on processes and people so that we can continue to give the high level of service we need. Speaking of that, Kevin Burgess joined the call. He's also a customer and one of our techs up in Georgia.
And an owner. Oh, you said customer.
Owner. Okay, you're right term. We need to be appropriate there. And we have a number of people going to Utah in November to add to our ranks of certified technicians as well. So we're growing, continue to chatter about us. And of course, I probably won't be wearing this shirt as much because I am not technically a quilter.
Yes, you are. You've done some edge-to-edge work.
Edge. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you, honey. Thank you for everything you're doing I feel like Paul does these things in the background, but really they're the foreground. Like he was mentioning, there are all of these things that he's putting in place that is helping us to grow. And you all know, several months ago when we brought on Ellen, it was because I needed help here. And Paul just said it in his realm. He just needs help. So it's a very good problem to have. We are not complaining at all. So we thank you all for all of your support and all of your business, for being customers. And just as Paul was talking, it kind of made me think again that Paul has really become like it's not an official service outlet from from Handy Quilter, but he very much is very knowledgeable with all of this computer stuff and Pro Stitcher and just computers in general. And he fields a lot of calls and does a lot of tech solutions type support for all of y'all, not just our owners. Okay, so he again he enjoys doing that. He's got to carve out time to do that. He may charge you for that if you're not an owner, but you know, it's okay. We enjoy helping. That is why this is basically our business model, that through our service, through our training, just through who we are, that you will trust us with a purchase down the road. Okay, so reach out to Paul. He's got that new scheduling thing with his calendar, works great. I was on there the other day trying to make an appointment on his calendar, and I got a pop-up that said something about he was marked out at that point in time, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't even get a time with PK. It all worked out. Okay, so I wanted to mention again a little bit about the shirts. We were making an offer. If you were going to Houston and you would wear a shirt for us, you can get the shirt for free. Now I want to make a little bit of a clarification on the shirts in Houston. We're able to wear whatever we want when we're out and about, right? Now just be courteous in Houston. You know, this is a pretty big, marketing tool. And if you would like to have some flyers, wonderful. Just, we're not asking you to be like intrusive in any way, shape, or form with anything you're doing. We're just happy to have you wear a shirt. And if somebody happens to ask you about the shirt, you are more than willing or more than happy and available to talk to them about us. Okay?
So direct them to the Handy Quilter booth with our name, but don't be hanging out in the booth because there's the big boys are there. They're taking care of the booth. So. And
that's how it should be, you guys. And if we have ever made it seem like we want you to be like out there doing things that are inappropriate, that is just not us, okay? We just are trying to have fun. And you guys know that we are approaching things a little bit differently with the way that we do business. And this whole social media platform is something that we use extensively. Basically, I have built my business on social media. And so it's just kind of the wave of the future. And maybe we are out in front of things a little bit differently, in a different way than some other people who do what we do. Doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't mean that we're the only thing going. It just, we're trying things different, and we appreciate it. And the shirts are for sale as well. I mentioned it yesterday, or last week rather, that you guys are so honest. You didn't just go pick up a shirt for free and then you weren't going to Houston. They're for sale, and we appreciate that. And maybe towards the end of the month, we'll have some sort of a promotion with y'all wearing your shirts, doing something in celebration of something that's coming up at the end of the month. Okay, let's see. So October is a huge month in our industry, really. It's going to be a big month around here with Houston happening. And what's going on with us basically in the shop in October is we are wanting to move some of our floor models. We talked about it last week, and Handy Quilter's promotion this month is to contact your retailer, and it's called Demo Days. And we have a couple of floor models that we would like to get on out of here. They're being used right now, but at any point they can be spiffed up, cleaned up. Paul can check the timing, check them over, and they can be on out of here. And when you buy our floor models, you become an owner with us, okay? So, and you get the full warranty on that machine. So if you are interested in one of our floor models, now we try to abide by what Handy Quilter asks us to do. They ask us to only advertise MSRP on the pricing. But our floor models are not going to be at that, okay? So if you want information about the floor models, just reach out to us by email, paul@mkquilts.com, melissa@mkquilts.com, either one of those email addresses, and we will take that conversation offline and tell you whatever you want to know about the floor models, okay? All right. What else is huge about October? Well, of course, Houston. We just talked about that. And we're going to talk again a little bit more about some specials that Handy Quilter's got coming down in the way of promotions that they might be having during Houston International Quilt Festival. Okay, so you just got to keep watching. Next week, maybe we can talk about that a little bit. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to mention, I was speaking to somebody this week, And I'm just going to tell you the story and let you know how this kind of transpired. This person was reaching out to me, telling me how much she enjoyed my videos. She had a question about the videos, and then I was telling her, you know, if you buy a machine from us, you get the videos for free. And she's like, well, I just bought one, MK. I bought one from somebody up here. She's in the Northeast. We'll just leave it at that. And I was like, oh, well, congratulations. You know, I hope you have fun with your machine. And like any good business person, since we were talking, I said, can I just ask you something? What would it have taken for you to buy from us? And she said, well, where I bought, they had an installer for me. Okay, wonderful. Everybody wants an installer. Well, we have installers all over the country, okay? And of course, I didn't want to make her feel bad or dumb or anything about what we're doing here. I just wanted to be very clear that as national retailers, we will set it up anywhere in the continental United States, even in Hawaii or Alaska. You know, we can sell in the United States as long as we are willing to install, service, train, help you where you are. Now, let me expand the story and tell you something else that's happening this weekend. We just have a new owner out on the West Coast. I'll just leave it at that. Out on the West Coast. And the way that we are approaching training with her is she got a little bit of training when she had install. We had an installer go to her. And then her and I are going to do some remote training, okay? I am going to go through several things with her on a video chat. We're going to do some video trainings that I'm going to record specifically for her. So that is how we handle training. Even though I might not be down the road from you, you can still get me. And then this wonderful lady out on the West Coast, I'm hoping to hook up with her next year because I'm going to be out in California, a road to California, doing a sim event. And I hope to spend some time out there again on the West Coast so that I can see my owners. So that is how we do it, you guys. We will install wherever you are in the USA, okay? And we will train you and service and support you. And we're just hoping through all of what we have put in place that you will consider us for a future purchase. We are just being honest about this. This is our business, right? Okay, anything you want to add to that, honey?
It helps us feed the dog. And this is a very cute dog.
Isn't he cute? Okay, what else? I wanted to go through a little bit of review things from last week. The ruler class that I had was very successful. One of the ladies who came to class, she's a guild friend of mine. She took the class. A week later, she came to Guild to show off her quilt that she had done with the ruler class. So again, a big thank you to Ellen for that class. I had posted about the ruler book that Ellen recommended, and those should be arriving early part of next week, and I will get them shipped out to you. We had, I don't know, almost a couple of dozen people order those ruler books. So I will get that out to you. In combination with the ruler book, I actually sold a Surefoot to a person who didn't have the conversion kit on her machine. So I just wanted to mention, we actually sell quite a few of those conversion kits. So if you have an older machine, you need that Handy Quilter conversion kit. Your hopping foot thing, is that what it's called? The hopping foot, it has to come off, never to be used again, and then you attach this new type of a hopping foot that has the screw in it so that you can use all of the specialty feet by Handy Quilter. So we sell a lot of those. If you're not sure about your machine and you want to get into some ruler work, send us a picture of your hopping foot, and that's the easiest way for us to say, yep, you're good to go, or nope, you need the conversion kit. All right, and it's very simple to put on. There is instructions right in the little kit. Handy Quilter did a YouTube video. It's pretty simple to put that on. Okay. Glide Foot 2 had been on back order from Handy Quilter for a while, so I think we have 1 or 2 orders maybe that were customers of ours that were waiting on that. So Glide 2 is back in stock, and if you need one, it's always a good idea to have one of those on backup, just saying. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, when Ellen came in to work this week, we were talking about last week's live feed and how I mentioned that we would like to see Ellen maybe grow in her position here with doing some training. Maybe she could do a video, this ruler stuff that she did, or, I don't know. I don't want to speak for Ellen, but Ellen seemed up for the challenge, and she seemed like she would be interested in growing into other things here at MK Quilts. So that is not going to be something that's going to happen, overnight or anything, but keep eye out for that, because I really think that Ellen has a lot to offer to you all for skills that she has. Okay. The other thing is, I just before I hopped on the live feed confirmed that my Dream Big panel class converted correctly. Paul's going to work on it a little bit tonight. It's kind of a large file. So he's got to condense it, or I don't know what he does, his magic on it. And then we will get that up. That will be a 4-purchase class, or a class rental. And it's not actually 100% done. I did the first panel. I learned a lot of things myself as I was stitching that panel. So I made it a class, but I'm going to do another portion of that class with another set, another panel, different colorway, and watch if you're interested in that. I'm using sets from Patricia Ritter from Urban Elements, and she has even hinted to me that she's going to give you a discount if you would like to purchase a set from her, and then you can take my class and see exactly what I used and maybe use the same thing. Okay, I have not forgotten about you double wedding ring people. I just have a little bit more to do on that. Most of the people in the double wedding ring class were not even close to being caught up to where I were. Now, there was a handful of you that were keeping up with what I was doing. So I just have the quilting portion of that class to do for the double wedding ring. But yes, Sherry, thank you for asking, because this was not on my list. So a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that we were going to be having some new wide backings being offered here at MK Quilts. Now, the fabric supplier that stopped probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, she showed us a bunch of lovely things. Ellen put up some images. We asked you to vote on them, and we have narrowed it down to 3 or 4 that we would like to start with. Those fabrics are not even going to be released until later or towards the end of this month. So what we're going to do, Paul hasn't even heard about this yet. This is news to his ears. I am going to have Paul add some things to the website, and there's going to be some different price points for that. If you buy a larger quantity, we'll give you a little bit more of a break. So Paul's already thinking, now how am I going to list all of this? How is this all going to go down? Okay, so these wide backs are glorious. They're beautiful. They're high quality. Ellen and I both fell in love with them. So what we want to do is get some pre-orders in. Okay, so again, we'll give you a little bit of a discount if you order more yardage. And then when they come in, we'll get it all cut and shipped out. And then hopefully going forward, we can have these, if they go over well and people like them and y'all want them, if my local people want them, we will carry more here in the shop. Okay, next week we might have some.
Yeah, where will we have room to keep it?
So next week, can I tell them? Can I share out over there?
I think, yeah.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure that I was going to say anything about it this week, but we've got something new coming down the pipe. It has to do with the ways that we are growing here at MK Quilts. So one of the things that I want to focus on next year is new content. I've already been working on some things. I've shared some things with our owners, and I'm keeping a lot of it under wraps because I'm going to be teaching in the UK next year, and I want all of my content to be updated and fresh and new, and I'm so excited to be going over for Handy Quilter Academy UK style. But one of the things that's hard for me to do in the way of new content is find time to record new content because I don't have a machine at my home anymore. Ellen is here quilting most of the time, and I can't record when she's quilting. But if I had another space, that would be really nice. So just this last week, we noticed that the neighbors next door were leaving with truckloads of stuff. And then I came into work this week and it looked really dark over there. Well, they have vacated their unit right next to us. I called the property management people immediately and said we might be interested in that space. And so we're going over Monday morning to see it. We're going to have Ellen and Paul and I, and even somebody that helps us with building. And I'm sure we're going to have to do some demolition over there and painting. And oh my God, the stuff that we had to do in this space was, Paul is remembering, it was hard work. So, but the point of it is, I'm going to move one of my machines over there, probably going to move McFinity next door. We're going to get it set up with better lighting, better audio, where I can actually have an office and a space for myself so that I can do new recordings, new videos, new content. I'm really super excited about it. I'm hoping that the space is relatively in good condition. I know we're gonna have to do some work, but I'm super excited, over the moon that we've even gotten to this point where we are growing and expanding and we need more space. Again, it's a good problem to have, right? Okay, so that's basically what we got for you today. Anything else, honey, before we show what's on the, oh geez, these
Anything
two.
else? I know, no testosterone left in my body. But he's so damn cute.
Oh, Sammy Dog's the best. Okay, let me show you what we got on the frame. Actually, the machines aren't even fired up. I was working on video editing here today. So over here on McFinity is a beautiful Quilt of Valor that I've been working on the last few days. I posted about it earlier in the week. Over on this side is an absolutely glorious Lone Star type quilt with, I mean, oodles and oodles of machine embroidery on there, and Ellen is working on that, and it's probably going to take her a few more days. That quilt is big, it's beautiful, she's doing a fantastic job. I'm just so thrilled that I can offer more services to my clients here locally where my shop is, and Ellen is just doing a fantastic job on that. Over here, speaking of the UK, speaking of UK Academy, this quilt is done with some really, really cool fabric that is UK inspired. And my client on that reached out and said, I have this really cool fabric. I don't know what pattern to use. And I said, I have the perfect pattern for you. It's called Craftsman is the name of the pattern. If you just Google it, you'll be able to find it. And I have made it several times. It's really, really good pattern for if you have a panel that you want to highlight, or if you have fabric that you don't want to cut up. And you can just put a big chunk of it there in the middle. The piecing around the outside is really, really simple. Okay, well, that's what we got for you today, folks. I think these shirts turned out really awesome. So a huge thank you and shout out to my print source, my son-in-law, Bob, for getting those done in such short order for us. Those will start shipping on Monday. So for those of you who have already ordered, they will be going out. I did want to mention, last week I said that I wear an extra large. This is a large and it fits me perfect, but I know when I wash and dry it's going to shrink a little bit. So I still stand by my claim that I wear an extra large. So Paul's got the extra large on today. I'm sure that'll become mine because I pretty much, take all of his shirts at one point in time or the other. All right, you guys, that's all we got for you today. Have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, from our studio to yours, happy quilting the MK way. Bye-bye, everybody.